Hi, do you want to learn all of the League of Legends runes but you don't want to read them by your own? Well, this is your lucky day. I'm working on 5 videos to explain you every rune path in League of Legends in details. And as a bonus, I will tell you the perfect situation for every rune to be used. I will publish a video every Friday in the next weeks, and this is the first one. So let's talk about the precision path. The precision run path is focused on helping marksmen and sustained damage dealers. This path has 4 keystones: press the attack, lethal tempo, fleet footwork and conqueror. Press the attack. Basic attacks against enemy champions apply a stack for 5 seconds. The third stack consumes them all to deal 30 to 100 based on level bonus adaptive damage and render the target exposed for 6 seconds. An exposed enemy take 8% to 12% based on level increased damage from all subsequent sources excepting for the true damage. Attacking a new target removes all the stacks from the previous target. So what is adaptive damage? Practically, adaptive damage deals either magical or physical damage based on what you are building. If you're building AP, the adaptive damage will be AP. If you're building AD, the adaptive damage will be AD. It's kind of self-explanatory as a rune, but don't forget that abilities don't apply stack, unless there are not like Nasus Qs or other abilities that empower your auto-attack. The perfect situation for press the attack is if your champion is an auto-attack based champion and your enemy is a bit tanky, because of the expuser that will give you more damage on them. Lethal tempo. After 1.5 seconds upon damaging an enemy champion, you will gain 40% to 110% based on level bonus attack speed, and your attack speed cap is increased for 3 seconds. Attacking a champion while the effect is active extends the duration to 6 seconds. Again, this rune is very useful if your champion is auto-attack based, and is a good alternative to press the attack if the enemy champions aren't that tanky. Fleet footwork gave you a particular unique passive, Energized. Moving and basic attacking generates energized stack up to 100. This is a passive that you will share with some items like static shiv and rapid fire cannon. When fully energized, your next basic attack heals you for 3 to 60 based on your level, plus 30% of your bonus AD, plus 30% of your AP, and grants 12% bonus movement speed for 1 second. On ranged champions, the healing is only 12% effective versus minions. Practically, when you reach 100 stacks of energized, you will heal yourself. It's very useful for some early sustain. If your enemy like Ezreal likes to poke you, you can stay in lane longer without dying. Conqueror have a bit of longer description with a lot of numbers, so try to stay focused now. Practically, ranged basic attacks against enemy champions grants 1 stack of Conqueror. Meanwhile, melee basic attacks grant 2 stacks. Ability and spells that deal damage to enemy champions grant 2 stacks. Each stack of Conqueror gain you 1.02 to 2.5 12, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50. Each stack of Conqueror gains you 1.02 to 2.52 based on level bonus attack damage, or 1.7 to 4.2 based on level ability power adaptive for 6 seconds, stacking up to 12 times. So for a maximum of 12.24 to 30.24 based on level bonus attack damage, or 20.4 to 50.4 based on level ability power. When fully stacked, ranged champions heals for 8% of the post-mitigation damage dealt to enemy champion, while melee champions heals for 50%. The buff refresh upon dealing damage to enemy champions with attacks or abilities. It's practically a very powerful rune that in a longer fight will gain you a lot of sustain. It's very useful for fighters like Set Illaoi Riven, and I see a lot of person using them on champions like Draven. The next 3 runes are named Heroism. They are Overheal, Triumph and Presence of Mind. Overheal. converts 12% to 100% based on level of the healing in excess of your maximum health into a shield for an amount up to 10 plus 10% of your maximum health. So practically, if you have 1000 health and an ally heals you for 100, you will have a little shield that will absorb like 10 of damage that you will receive. After 6 seconds, the shield decays by 2.5% of its maximum value each second. Receiving healing, dealing or taking damage will refresh the shield duration for 6 seconds. It's a very useful rune for some early sustain. Combine it with fleet footwork and you will go back in base half of the time that you would do without them. Triumph. Champion takedowns after a 1 second delay restore 12% of your missing health and grant an additional 20 gold. This is one of my favorite runes because it allows you, if you gain some kills or some assists, to continue fights. And it's a rune that is high risk, high reward. If you want to risk a 1v2, you could potentially kill both of them thanks to this rune. Presence of mind. Champions takedown after a 1 second delay restore 12% of your maximum mana or 12% of your maximum energy and increase maximum mana by 100 and maximum energy by 10. Stacking up to 5 times for a maximum of 500 maximum mana or 50 maximum energy. This rune is very useful for champions that like to spam abilities, like some AD carries ability based, so like Severe or Misfortune, or champions like Veigar that without mana would die. Since it gains even maximum energy, it's useful with champions like Akali, Lee Sin, Shen, Kennen, Zed and other champions that use energy instead of mana. If until now it's all clear, I'm very happy to know it. But if you don't understood something, please write your question in the comment. I will answer you with my best explanation. And if you got value from the video so far, please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell to be updated every time I post a new video. The next 3 runes are the Legend runes: Legend Alacrity, Legend Tenacity and Legend Bloodline. These 3 Legend runes are all based on Legend stack. What is Legend stack? You gain a Legend stack for every 100 points earned, up to 10 stacks. This is how you gain points. You gain 100 points for champion takedowns. So practically for every champion that you kill or you have an assist on, you will gain a stack of the Legend rune. Also you will gain an entire stack for epic monster takedowns, such as Baron and Dragon. You gain 25 points for large monster kills and 5 points for minion kills. Legend Alacrity provides you 3% plus 1.5% per every legend stack bonus attack speed, up to 80% when you have 10 stacks. This is an incredible rune for champions that need attack speed. Combine this with lethal tempo and you will have a lot of attack speed. Legend Tenacity. You gain 5% plus 2.5% for every legend stack Tenacity, up to 30% when you have 10 stack. What is Tenacity? Tenacity practically allows you to escape from slows, stuns, roots and other crowd control effects quicker. 30% of Tenacity means that the enemy's crowd control have almost half of the duration that they would normally have. So try to take these runes if you know that the enemy champions have a lot of crowd control. The last one is Legend Bloodline. Gain you 0.6% lifesteal for every legend stack, up to 12% when you have 20 stacks. This is the only rune that don't stop at 10 stacks but allows you to go to 20. It's not that powerful in the early game, but in the late game 12% of lifesteal is a very big deal and can make a huge difference. There is no perfect situation for that rune, but if you're like a fighter or an AD carry, this rune is very helpful for you. The last 3 runes are the combat runes: Coup de Grace, Cut Down and Last Stand. Coup de Grace allows you to deal 8% increased damage to champions below 40% of their maximum health. If your champion needs longer fight to kill someone like a tank, the 8% increased damage when they are low will help you finish them quicker. It's helpful even with assassins that try to insta-kill the enemies. Cut down deals 5% to 50% increased damage to champions based on how much more maximum health they have than you. Bonus damage scale up linearly against enemies with 10% to 100% more maximum health than you. This rune is very helpful if your champion doesn't build up HP, but the majority of the enemies does. Because if you have 1000 HP and the enemies have all more than 2000 HP, you will have 50% more damage on all of them. Last Stand deals 5% increased damage to champions while you are below 60% maximum health. This increased based on your missing health up to 11% increased damage while below 30% maximum health. This is another high risk, high reward rune. It allows you to deal more damage to enemies while you are low on health. If you like champion like Tryndamere that ults when he have low health, you will probably need it. That was all for the Precision 3, I hope that it wasn't too hard to understand. Please, if you have questions, write them in the comments, I will answer to all of them. If you liked the video and you want to see more content of mine, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to be updated every time I post a video. And meanwhile you wait for the others video to come out, you can watch the explanation of how to use the runes. I will let you the link to that video in the description. So thank you very much for watching this video until the end, and I see you on the next one.
They be like, what you mean? What is your winning scheme? I got a giant team, biggest my self-esteem.